Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen news for the week ending the 30th of October. We crunch all of the information about Star Citizen from the week and put it into a more manageable chunk for your digestion. We're going to start every week now with State of the Game. I'm going to try and organise the news so that we can look at the latest release of Star Citizen and what we're currently waiting on, because we want to know what's happening with patches and that sort of stuff. And I think this is a good thing to look at blockers and where we are with stuff. So we're currently waiting on patch 2.6 alpha, which contains a quality of life update for Arena Commander and that long-awaited first-person shooter module, Star Marine. Eva Carty, the early patch playtesters, are on a special 2.5x patch at the moment with a flight rebalance model. So this basically halves the speeds of all the ships and increases the acceleration and deceleration rates of ships, amongst other things. The idea here is to have a closer, more visceral battle, so that we're not having range battles within 3 kilometers, we're having them at 1.5, that sort of thing. That kind of level where the battles are much closer together. There's going to be less jousting and sliding too, at least that's the intention, and making boost and afterburner more use in game. These changes should be a major part of patch 2.6. They, at Star Citizen, at CryEngine, are doing regular internal play tests of Star Marine, and they've been finishing off some other bits this week in preparation for 2.6. They have some new missions for Crusader. The Herald and Hoplite are finished and flight ready for 2.6. The music logic system has been further polished. They've got the network refactor and improvements to the Star Network stuff ready for 3.0, or at least being finished at the moment. We should see an Eva Carty 2.6 patch in due course. We don't have a fixed date at the moment, but it could literally be any time. That will be basically those early playtesters. Then that will go on to a wider PTU, which is a more public test, and then onto a live patch. At best guess, we're currently expecting it to coincide with the anniversary livestream. The Asperia Prowler will be on concept sale at that time as well. So during the anniversary livestream on Friday the 18th of November, the Asperia Prowler is a remodernising of the Devaran boarding ship. There is also an art contest on the CryEngine forums at the moment. Basically, you're supposed to draw what you think the Prowler looks like. I'll put a link in the description for those of you interested, because there are some rules to it. Winners will be announced on the anniversary live stream too. This should also be the first time for us to actually see the Devaran race, or at least some more bits behind them. It's quite exciting. The sneak peek this week from the newsletter was a Thunderbolt missile. I'll leave that picture there for you. Subscribers for November get to try the M50 for free. Also, if you would like to see details of Star Citizen events, maybe that are in your area, check out barcitizen.sc. It's a great site with loads of info about events that could, as I said, be happening in your area. We found out some more information about Squadron 42. There are places in game where you're not going to have the freedom of movement for gameplay reasons, like you're being briefed on a mission, or I don't know, you've been strapped down to a table or something. They are trying to render everything in engine as well, and as dynamically and as interactively as possible. The quality of the faces with the Admiral Bishop speech from 2015 were only about 60% of where they are now with them, so it looks like we're in for a visual treat with Squadron 42. That should have been massively improved. So pretty much every other bit of info on ATV, RTV and the Town Hall this week was Planet Tech related and CitizenCon demo related. So let's talk about that, let's break that down. For planets and weather and what conditions you're in is determined partially by an actual sun that will shine light down through an atmosphere, and that will determine what you see, whether it's cloudy, clear, whatever. The height of the atmosphere is not static either. They can increase or decrease it, and they can make it thicker and thinner. The sandstorm that we saw in the CitizenCon demo eventually storms, weather and other environmental entities will be into the planet or planetary weather system. The sandstorm from the CitizenCon demo is an example of that. The sandstorm's visuals were made up of 2 sand textures and lighting effects. They used optical flow maps to allow the VFX to look smoother at various speeds. We should see more weather as the game moves forward. Originally, the plan was to have animated landings, but procedural tech has developed to a stage that allows them to have seamless transitions from space to surface. They've written and evolved their own terrain code for the game with atmospheres and weather. The CitizenCon demo showed off some of those features, as well as spherical terrain, seamless transitions, unrestricted views, so you could see literally the horizon is based on mountains that you can see see in the distance. It's not artificial. There were various other techniques used as well. Everything that we've mentioned, and as we move forward, will be polished and evolved and iterated upon. They are working on rotating planets at the moment. Atmospheric effects will kind of be part of that rotating and revolving planet and sun system, because the sun is going to be a genuine entity in the center of that system. They're going to be creating different lighting all around the planet based on that. Clouds are at a very early stage at the moment. They are going to have variable thicknesses, realistic shadows, and light penetration from the sun and possibly other sources. They've improved the efficiency of using multiple threads on CPUs, so that's been significantly improved, and it basically allows Star Citizen to scale to many more cores on your CPU than before. The zone system allows for the management of huge numbers of objects. The system allows for massive spaceships and the basically planet container system, all that sort of stuff, with all those objects being able to exist at the same time. Objects like crash ships and unique set pieces won't be procedurally generated, but rather hand-placed. With ecosystems, they are working on more biomes at the moment that we haven't seen, and they're bringing them to life. They have a system that does the biome blending. This literally is like the seams of where biomes meet. It's around, it gets around 90% of the work done. Sometimes artists have to come in to neaten up and polish the seams, as like when a tundra meets a city meets a sea, that sort of thing. Environmental changes or environment changes will be possible too. Maybe the example they give is if a forest is being harvested, that might start to eventually be deforested in an area. The same if you started mining on a planet, and eventually that might have a big hole in it because you've mined in there. Large cities being populated and procedurally generated are currently being worked on, like ArcCorp, that sort of thing. That's being prototyped at the moment. The only other major point of news this week really is the female avatar is currently having its clothing and animations done. Obviously, it's needed to be different than that male model. It's smaller, it's different size and proportion. This shouldn't give any real advantage for min-max gamers, though. That's what they're hoping, at least anyway. But it's the implementation of that clothing and the differences between the male and female animations that is causing any form of delay that we currently have. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for listening to this week's news. Please remember, commenting on any of our Star Citizen content throughout the month gives you a chance to win a ship at the end of each month for Star Citizen. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it genuinely does help me. If you wish to support the stream or the channel any further, then please check out the links in the description below. We've got Patreon, we've got Game Wisp. The money generated from that helps me out to no end. It is amazing. Thank you so much. Please tell me what you thought about this week's news. What are you waiting for? Are you all just waiting for 2.6? Are you excited about the anniversary livestream? Are you considering buying a Prowler? Tell me things, and I will listen and maybe respond. I'll try and respond. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the verse.